So today we're going to be focusing on the breathing in the upper sides of the body here. And Heinz Grill writes that when we breathe into that region, it has a very beneficial effect on the spine. He says that it helps the spine indirectly to lengthen both upwards and downwards. So we're going to work on the solar plexus center. We're going to work at lifting our thorax away from the pelvis, feeling how the breath is flowing into here, and feeling how the spine can then lengthen in these two directions. So we're going to start with some simple standing stretches. You can stand with your feet about hip width apart. So the idea is to press down with your foot. You rise up through your side. So we're lifting our thorax away from the pelvis. Just see if you can feel the breath flowing into your upper side. Then the other side, step down. The arm rising up. Lift the thorax away from the pelvis. And be aware of the breath in that upper region, just underneath your armpit. And do this a few times. Through the rhythmic repetition, the movement can increase in a natural way. Think of lifting, breathing, and the spine naturally finds its dynamic going upwards and downwards from the middle. You can just observe this process naturally taking place on the side. Lift. Breathe into the side, the upper side. And see if you can grow even more through the spine. And one more time on each side. First comes the lifting actively from the solar plexus, lifting the rib cage. Then comes the flowing and the breathing. We should gradually feel that our breath starts to fill out in that upper region. And that it seems natural that we start to get taller. And then return. Let's come into a forward bend, take the feet together. Take the arms just lightly above your head. Come to the forward bend and direct your thorax outwards again, keeping the pelvis well anchored, but bringing the thorax away from the pelvis. See if you can feel your upper side stretching again. Relax. Swing up into the standing half moon. Once again, a little lift from your lower ribs. If you lift them, you increase the space down here around your waist. And then feel in your upper sides, under the armpits, the breath. And see if you can stretch up even more. Feet go down, the hands go up. The spine can lengthen in two directions. And return, taking the hands by your sides. So already you should feel taller. What we're doing is allowing energy to flow up and down through the spine, through creating all this space. Let's come to the sun prayer. So we're going to really focus on lifting the rib cage out from the pelvis. Take the hands together. Take the arms up. Lifting, breathing into your sides. Hands down, glide far out. Right foot back, forming a good base. Lift the thorax away from the pelvis. Be aware of the breath in your sides. Plank. Knees testing face down. Cobra. Lift up your thorax, open your chest. Downward dog. Right foot forward. Open up. Lifting the chest. Be aware of your upper sides and the breath. Other foot forward. Glide out in front. Swing up. Lift your chest again. And grow. And take your hands by your sides. Hands together. Lifting. Blowing. Glide forwards. Left foot back. Rise up. Plank. Knees testing face down. Cobra. Open your chest. Downward dog. Be aware of the breath in your sides. Left foot forward. Good. Active stretching from the middle of the body, really lifting your sides, flowing up through. Right foot forward. Glide out in front. Swing up. Lift your chest and flow again. And hands by your sides. Just come back into a standing position. Be aware of your posture, how it's feeling. Should feel a bit lighter, a bit taller. Be aware of these upper sides. Let's just do a few wide arm movements. The chest lifts, the sides open, the breath flows more fully. Really feeling the space. As the arms come up, the breath will naturally want to flow in. And we can particularly become aware of it in the upper sides. Let's do one more round of the sun prayer, particularly aware of the space that surrounds us. Hands together. Moving the arms up through that space. Aware again of the breath in the upper sides. Come down and glide far out forwards. Hands by your feet, right foot back. Moving up through the surrounding space again. Opening your chest as if you open to the whole space around you. Come into the plank. Knees, chest and face down. Once again, open your chest up in the cobra to the space above. Downward dog. So the upper sides can stretch extensively. Right foot forward. We open to the space. The breath flows into our upper sides. Left foot forward. Closing. Stretch out. And then relax and swing up. Lift your chest. Flow through the arms to the fingertips. And hands by your sides. Hands together. Rise up. Lift your chest and flow. Come down, glide out. Left foot back. Rise up and grow. Upper sides, breath. Plank. Knees, chest and face down. Cobra, opening the chest. Downward dog, closing, but allow the upper sides to stretch. Left foot forward. Opening to the space. Right foot forward, closing in. Then stretch out in front. And then swing up. And lift your chest even more, being aware of the upper breath in the sides. Let's hold this position just a little longer. Stretching even more, we lift the thorax away from the pelvis. And finally, take the hands by your sides. Just observe your breathing. Particularly focusing on this upper region. So we're going to come to a lying position next. The side lying triangle. So you can lie on your left side with your hand facing upwards. Try and make sure that your body is in one straight line. And just take your other arm up so that you really can feel that openness of your chest. We're going to focus on this idea still of really taking the chest away from the pelvis. So your legs flow away downwards and your chest sort of opens but is drawn a little bit upwards away from your pelvis. So a whole spaciousness is created in your middle. Take your hand back onto the floor and now lift your leg up. Really push actively into both legs. So as your left leg pushes down along the floor, you can feel how your right side is still almost pressed in the opposite direction upwards. Just lightly take your hand up towards your foot and your toes. And be aware of the breath, particularly in the upper sides. The head stays relaxed. Come back down a bit. Change over to the other side. Maybe good line. Pushing away with your legs, raise the left arm. Your whole thorax is drawn lengthways upwards, your legs push lengthways downwards. Be aware of the breath in this upper region of the body. Return the hand to the floor, but now lift up your leg. Push with your right leg actively along the floor. Be aware of your right upper side. And then eventually take the hand up towards your foot. Just a light movement with the arm, the neck and the head staying relaxed. Let's be aware again, the breath in the upper sides. Come back down again. And change sides again. We're going to become aware now of how the different parts of the body relate to each other in this position. Stretch out your left side again, making sure it's aligned with your mat. Once again, raise up the right arm. Legs flow downwards, the whole upper body is drawn upwards. We'll place the hand on the floor. So the leg movement is very active. Let's raise up the leg. Really strong activity outwards into both legs. You can feel that in the middle, the kind of tightening comes about, particularly in the abdomen and up to the solar plexus. Above that, we want to stay quite free. Raise your hand again. Take it towards your foot if you can, or your leg. If the upper body stays relaxed and free, then the breath can more easily find its way into that upper region. So we've got tightness, we've got activity below, relaxation above. Aware of the breath. Come back down again. Change sides again. Stretch out. Raise your arm. Legs move downwards. Upper body moves upwards. You'll be aware already of the breath in this preparatory movement. Now replace the hand, raise the leg. Now we grow actively into both legs outwards. Really increasing that activity, keeping the head relaxed. Then take the hand lightly upwards to take hold of your foot if you can, or just your leg. Very lightly. Now be aware of the interplay between the two halves of the body. Strong legs, relaxed upper body. It's this relationship between the two halves that can really encourage the breath to flow more freely, particularly in the upper region. Come back down again. And come back up. We'll come up to a standing position again. So we're going to continue with the side scales. So it's a similar position, but in a completely different orientation because we're now standing. Take your left foot, point sideways, so it's along the length of your mat. Take the weight onto that left foot, but open the hips outwards. Let's raise this arm. This is similar to the position we did right at the beginning. We want to experience an active stretch through this whole side of the body. We can experience the breath going into that upper region again. Do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to build up to this position. Weight onto the right foot. Open out the hips. Raise the right arm. And now an active stretch, particularly being aware of the upper side. Really full breath into your sides. And down again. This time we're going to come into a balance, so the same position, but with the other foot off the ground. Weight onto the left foot. Open the sides, keep the toes down to start with as you build up the tension. So first of all, we really lift the thorax. And through that active lifting, the other leg will more naturally come off the ground. So we've now got a strong tension in both directions through the body. And return. Right foot pointing out. Weight onto the right foot, left hip open. Raise the right arm. Lift your chest. Go right through the upper side and the arm. And eventually that left foot can come up as well. So we're stretching in two directions, breathing into the upper side. Return again. And now finally we'll come into the sideways scales, which means we take the whole body into a horizontal plane. Same principles. Weight onto the left foot. We can now lift and stretch through the two limbs. And keep lengthening as you come into the horizontal. Be aware of the breath in your sides, particularly the left one. And then return. Change around. Right foot points to the side. Weight onto the right foot. Start to row in the two directions. And return then. Let's just pause a minute, come into a standing position. What we're doing is focusing on the breath in the side, so it should be feeling fuller now than at the beginning. And also notice how your spine is. We want to encourage a natural lengthening, as if the spine feels naturally more dynamic in its top region and its lower region. Let's do that exercise one more time. Weight onto the left foot. Stretching out of the solar plexus in two directions. And return. Beware of the breath in your upper sides. Other side. Return again. And just stand upright, be aware of the effect the exercise has had afterwards. And your breathing and your spine. We'll finish with one final position, and this is the twisted triangle. Take your feet so they're the distance apart, equivalent to the length of your leg. And once again, we're going to do this position by lifting the torso away from the pelvis. So take your arms out to the horizontal. Really lift and keep that torso well lifted as you come round with your left hand near your right foot. Again, lifting your torso upwards as you glide up and lightly with the arm. Come back up again. Breath flowing, lift the torso, swing freely round, lightly round through the space, and then lift again. Come back up, hands down. If we lift the torso away from the pelvis, it means that we can also think of pushing the pelvis and the hips backwards. We'll try it with that idea this time. Raise the arms, lift your chest, swing round. Pelvis growing forwards, push your tailbone backwards, so you're stretching your whole back as well as twisting it. You can come up a bit higher then with the arm. Return, opening up, lift, swing round. Chest goes forwards, tailbone goes backwards, you twist and flow up further with the arm. Come back up once again. Lower the arms. We'll do it one more time, and let's pay particular attention to the breath in the sides. Same movements as before. Lifting, swing around, grow in the different directions, and be aware of the breath. Swinging up. Lifting for a free gliding movement through the space and then growing the different directions. And breathe. Come back up. And take the hands down. Close your legs. One final time, let's become aware of the effect all this work has had on the spine. We've been lifting the thorax away from the pelvis. We've been observing the breath in our upper sides. And we're feeling now how this has a gently energizing and enlivening effect on the whole spine. Let's finish our session there.